main power switch turns on the power to the main system, and mechanical pump power switch. This is a switch which has also overcurrent protection in it. And turn on the RF power supply and the matching network power supply. Turn on the computer. System boots up and loads the Plasma-Therm software for System VII Batchtop machine. So the operator login, the master operator code is 3333. And password is 3333. This is the supervisor password, which will enable to create any operator or user IDs and passwords. Once the system powers up, on the monitor will be displaying the pressure from the pressure transducer. And this is the symbol for the mechanical pump is green, which indicates the pump is on. If I turn off the pump, it turns red and the alarm beeps. So to disable the alarm, silence the alarm and click on hold, clear the alarm. The menu items in the utilities, accepting logout and operator data logger, nothing is enabled because the system is not on standby mode. And in the service, the system allows to change any configuration in case of any hardware modifications or any addition or disconnecting any mass flow controllers. Right now the system has 3 mass flow controllers as indicated for argon, oxygen and CF4, carbon tetrafluoride. In the display mode, the system will display all the sensor conditions. Close the window, press Alt 4 or close. In the SDU, it displays the condition of the digital inputs, digital outputs, and analog signal conditions. Example, the analog conditions. Right now the manometer pressure indicates the voltage reading is 0.06 volts. Only trained personnel should attempt to change anything. In place, you want to manually turn on a signal. Example, say vent. Click on the SDU button and click on the window here. Right now the vent valve is open. I'm just demonstrating how to turn on the signals manually, but it should never be attempted unless the system is in standby condition. In the process menu, you can load or build or edit or delete any process. All the process recipes a label name.prc, and these are the preloaded recipes by the previous user. To edit or modify, select a process. And then the window opens, the edit mode. To change any process parameters, click on the item. There are 6 steps in this process. For example, to change the process step 2, here it enables you to modify the pressure or the gas flow and the duration and RF power. Once the changes are made, you have to save the changes, and the system prompts for the name. Click OK. If you want to change it as a different file, you can rename it or overwrite the old one. So, to enable the system in standby mode, press Ctrl F2. Once the standby mode is enabled, which is yellow now, you can pump down the chamber or close gates. So I'm just pumping down the chamber. The Batchtop manometer pressure gauge has a range from 0 to 1000 millitorr. So once the pressure level goes below 1000 millitorr, the pressure indication will be displayed. So right now the chamber is pumping down and the valves are open. Both the throttle valve and the roughing valve are open. In standby mode, in the service menu, it's possible to select either maintenance, wherein it will allow to change certain parameters, or test the flow meter, or leak test, or evacuate the gas lines. For example, you can evacuate the gas lines one at a time. So it will open gas valves and evacuate them. When you don't want to do that, when you want to turn it off, just turn it off. In manual mode, the system will prompt to load previous manual set points. You can change, increase or decrease the gas flow. And turn on the gas, clicking on the button. And to change the pressure, to regulate the pressure using the throttle valve, change the pressure level and click on the pressure on button. Now the system will try to regulate the pressure to the set point while the gases are flowing into the chamber. Similarly, the purge valve can be turned on. In manual mode, even RF will be turned on after setting the power. Manually enable the RF. First, set the power level. And then turn on the RF. You can turn all the values off by clicking on all off button, like this. In manual mode, it enables to figure out what flow levels of the gas will help to regulate the chamber pressure, maintain at what pressure. So it makes it easy to edit the process parameters. Right now, I'm going to load the process from the recipes, which is argon 1. Oops. Argon 1 .prc. Click on ready and run the process. Press Ctrl F7. The chamber is pumping down to low vac, which is a base pressure of 10 millitorr. And then it will hold it there for 10 seconds. Now the argon gas will turn on. I have connected it to a bottle for 15 psi pressure. The chamber pressure set point is about 75 millitorr. And the actual pressure is in green zone, that is within plus minus 10%. Once the pressure is maintained at the set point, after the timer is elapsed, the RF generator will be turned on. That will be step 3 in the process recipe. Right now this is step 2. Now in this step, the forward power is 250 watts and the reflector is barely. The matching network is in auto mode and it will tune in such a way that reflector power is minimum. Depending on the process gas, sometimes you may have to manually tune the parameters, and then the next following recipe the system will automatically tune. You see the plasma in the chamber. We're including a graphite top for the substrate holder, just in case if the process is required to be used, it can be used. This is step 4, which is automatic evacuation. The chamber is being evacuated to the base pressure or below base pressure. And step 5 is the purge. The chamber will be purged. I'm using nitrogen to purge the chamber, and the purge pressure can be adjusted using the needle valve on the front. For every step, the time is to be set in the recipe. Now this is the final step, where the chamber will be pumped down again to the base pressure. And once the base pressure reaches this, it will hold for 10 seconds. And then I have included the step vent in the cycle, so the chamber will be vented to enable to remove the sample from the chamber. the process is complete. The chamber will be vented in a second. The vent valve is open at this moment until the atmosphere pressure switch kicks in. Yep. Once the chamber is vented, it is ready. You can replace the sample. And by the way, this gauge is in-house gauge. I'm just using it to compare the chamber vacuum levels. Normally, it's ideal to leave the chamber under vacuum condition. Click on utilities and pump down the chamber. While the beginning of the pumping down, hold the handle down so that the sealing will be tight. The system needs cold water for cooling the electrodes.